I found the thing! Yay! It's this one. This is the one where the good stuff happens. The other one is just like a raccoon or something. I don't know. It's not important. It's Traffic's friend. We don't want to meet Traffic's friend right now. We want to have angst, because angst is yummy. Anyway, literally every single person who goes on AO3 ever... Alright. Coil Coil furrowed his brows, still starting to hold out a hand in front of Skateboard. Starting to hold out a hand in front of Skateboard and tense. He was ready to throw hands if need be. Suddenly, a biograph sprung out, but then stood there, staring at them forebodingly. Coil visibly tensed and Skateboard took in a sharp breath. The biograph's eyes seemed to glow a little brighter. Crystal, I can speak a basic sentence. Crystal criminal detected. I do, biograph voice horribly. We're not going to talk about it. It yelled out before suddenly rushing forward. Wow. Coil took a nervous step back before shaking himself out of it, grabbing Skateboard and pulling him out of the way of the biograph's charge. The biograph landed its hands on the wall and pushed off from it, pulling out his daggers, suddenly raising them to strike. Get down! Coil yelled, pulling Skateboard down as the biograph stabbed at the wall and loomed above them. They both hugged each other, nervous and panicked, and admittedly not really able to focus on the fact that they were kind of hugging each other. Suddenly, Coil pulled Skateboard out from under the biograph and held him close, with Skateboard holding him as well, and now they realized it. The two looked over each other, faltering, before quickly separating and turning red, staring flustered. You okay? Yeah, that was horrible. You okay? Coil mumbled with a nervous grin. Yep. You? He asked with a sheepish grin. Coil let out a slightly amused huff, grinning. Yeah, Skate, I'm fine. But then the biograph dug back its foot like a raging bull. Okay. I think I meant kicked. It kicked back its foot? Okay. Alright, yeah. Definitely. Skateboard and Coil grew serious again. So, we've still got that thing to take care of. That sounded a little more Coil. Why did that sound so Coil? That sounds like how I wish Coil could sound. Oh my god. So, we've still got that thing to take care of. Skateboard mumbled with a nervous grin. Coil nodded silently. Okay, if I can manage to hold it by the arms, you think you can take away its weapons? Coil offered, punching his palm. Skateboard looked up at the biograph, letting out a shudder. Sure, he mumbled nervously. Don't worry, I won't let it swipe at ya. Blah. Don't worry, I won't let it swipe at ya. Coil chirped with a grin before beginning to walk around, circling the biograph as Skateboard stayed in place. Skateboard looked a bit nervous, but took in a breath. Right, yeah, just don't get swiped at yourself, okay? Coil nodded. Got it. The biograph looked between Skateboard and Coil, seeming to pick up on the fact that they were plotting against it. Suddenly, the biograph charged at Skateboard, causing him to yelp and jump back slightly, but just before the biograph could reach him, Coil suddenly wrapped his arms around the machine, binding its arms to its side. Oh, no you don't, he muttered, furrowing his brows as he held on tight. The biograph clearly didn't like this, however, and in turn running back and slamming Coil's back against the wall hard. Ugh. I can't do ouchy sounds. Ah. Coil couldn't help but yelp slightly, snapping his eyes shut because we are moving on, and furrowing his brows, but still holding on. Coil! That sounded like Slingshot, oh my god! Coil! Skateboard whispered. Yeah, he is whispering. Coil. I don't know how to whisper. Coil, are you even picking this up because my stupid loud humidifier? Anyway. Skateboard whispered, eyes going wide in panicked. His eyes went wide and panicked. He shivered as he watched in horror his friend getting somewhat bodied, despite the biograph's arms still being binded. Either way, this wasn't going as expected. Oh, wait. Skate, could ya? Coil tried to remind as Skateboard got out of his thoughts suddenly. Right, sorry. He quickly stammered, rushing forward and yanking one of the daggers out of the biograph's hand and tossing it off to the side. The biograph tightened its grip and shoved Coil against the wall harder, and Skateboard began to struggle with the other dagger. Hey, let go! Owie, my throat, fuck! Hey, let go! He snapped it slightly as he tugged. Coil couldn't hold back the slight hiss as a metal elbow jabbed him right into the side. Hold on. Sorry, Coil. Skateboard stammered as he... This is starting to sound bad, but I don't care. I'm just gonna keep reading. Hold on. Sorry, Coil. Skateboard stammered as he let out another grunt and huff, trying to pull the dagger free. No, it's okay. I'm okay. Ow! That was really bad! Ow, that hurt me inside. That's so bad. No, it's okay. I'm okay. Ow. Ow. Ow? How do you exclaim ow? Ow! Yeah, I should have done that. Damn. Okay. Coil stammered with a sheepish grin before yelping as the biograph practically stabbed its elbow into his side. Ow? Question mark? It was 100% intentional. Hey, quit it! You're hurting him, jackass! Skateboard snapped with frustration, tugging at the dagger as he pushed off from the biograph with one foot. I think that might be the point. Ugh. Coil stammered. The biograph ceased for only a minute, causing Skateboard... Oh, only for a moment, not a minute. Causing Skateboard to accidentally pull it forward, but then it slammed Coil again and pushed hard, making his breathing falter. This is going from mild aching to actual breathing problems. Oh god. No, stop! Skateboard stammered, a whisper that increased in concern. Coil was starting to look a little weak, his eyes half-lidding slightly as he began to sag a bit. The biograph was starting to fight Coil's hold, and it wouldn't be long till it was winning. Skateboard finally pulled the dagger, and the biograph suddenly pulled free and turned around to throw a bad punch. Skateboard stabbed it. Skateboard stabbed the biograph right in the core from the back with the biograph's own dagger. He shuddered as he pulled the dagger out, and the biograph fell to the floor. Skateboard shuddered as the dagger slipped from his hands, covered in blood. Skateboard shuddered when he was covered in blood. Just a bit, but man, that was traumatizing. Skateboard and Coil were left in silence, besides the slowly decreasing sound of mechanical whirring, and the two's frantic breathings. Can you please stop for 5 seconds? Oh my god. Thank you. You're so fucking gross, anyway. Thank you. Skateboard and Coil were a little blah 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 blah. Oh no, I didn't read this. Okay, my bad. Skateboard and Coil were left in silence, besides the slowly decreasing sound of mechanical whirring and the two's frantic breathing. Thanks for the save, Coil muttered, letting out a huff as he held his side. Skateboard didn't say anything at first, looking at him with slight concern, though still incredibly shaky. Skate, you okay? Coil asked after a moment, looking up at him nervously. Skateboard looked back down at the biograph, shuddered, then taking a step back uncertain, a little scared. Coil tried his best to straighten up with little sound of pain. Skate, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? Those things aren't infernal anymore. Okay? He asked nervously as he pushed himself off from the wall, looked over at Skateboard, who still shuddered. Hey, come on, let's get out of here, Coil invited. Though now he was starting to get really nervous, putting a hand on Skateboard's shoulder and helping him guide him out of there. He didn't fight it. Coil faltered, looking at Skateboard as the two walked. When they exited the alleyway, Skateboard was silent. Coil looked over before gently pulling Skateboard into a hug. Skateboard immediately hugged him back, his breathing going shaky, and he shut his eyes at one point. But Coil's steady breathing helped him guide him after a while. You okay? Skateboard faltered before nodding. Sorry you had to go through all that. Coil mumbled, a bit guilty. Let's just get out of here, Skateboard muttered with a nervous glance back. Sounds like a plan, Coil responded back. Coil faltered as the two began to walk, but then hesitantly put a hand on Skateboard's shoulder. Skateboard looked over in slight confusion, but quickly did the same to Coil, and the two looked forward as they walked. Thanks, Skateboard stammered. Coil let out a soft sigh and smiled. Of course, he chirred. Skateboard let out a quiet heh and smiled as well. Yay! That's so cute and shit.